This one going fine. This one.
So by you speaking on it, they'll try to censor you or shut down your show.
They were blocking so can't nobody see it. I sent out so much stuff, inbox and on my page, and nobody saw it. They kept saying, "Well, what did you just send me?" I said, "You don't see what I just sent?" They said, "No, they took it down. They took it down."
Violating your First Amendment right to freedom.
That's why Young Pharaoh is suing the social media group. He's suing the hell out, and I hope he win. I told him I'm gonna donate to his cause. I hope he win.
You think they ain't gonna shut your show off for just saying what you just said?
I mean,
what happened to freedom of speech?
I mean, it is, but they shut me down before for freedom of speech. Yeah, they put me in Facebook jail for 7 days for freedom of speech. I'm serious. They put a nigga in Facebook jail. I didn't think that shit exists. But I was in there. I got put in Facebook jail 3 times. I'm a repeat offender.
That's insane.
I'm a repeat offender, man. I'm serious. Because they put me in there 3 times for freedom of speech. And I kept saying, well, hold on, wait a minute. Isn't social platform set up for people to do that type of stuff?
Yeah, but if enough people report you, then you know.
Why would you report the truth? Because you don't want the truth to be heard. That's the whole thing. They don't want it to be heard. They mad at me because I told the truth about the whole situation. So I left it alone. It was a few of my friends on Facebook that knew exactly what I was talking about. They knew it. They grabbed it immediately, screenshotted it, so it wouldn't get taken down from what they saw. And so I got a lot of it still in my phone from screenshot, but I'm not going to talk about it because y'all going to go, whoa,
that's all bad.
Y'all going to be like, oh shit, that's interesting. But then they're going to get pissed and they're going to shut everything down, so it's not going to be seen by my Facebook friends, family. They won't see it. Y'all be going, holy crap. I mean, I got some shit, dude. I gotta keep checking.
You got a lot of slack behind it?
Man, hell yeah, I did. They went into my inbox, my messenger inbox, and blocked it. I sent it out to everybody on Messenger. I'm surprised. Well, you didn't get it because they blocked it before you got it.
Wow.
Yeah, they blocked it. Everybody was texting me back telling me, man, they blocked what you said. I said, I knew it. So if you blocking it, it's information. It's not me. It's information that I researched and found, that I sent out to my people. And they blocked it because obviously it's some truth to it. And they don't want the people to get the truth. They don't want it. They don't want you to know the truth. That's a fact. Yeah, so I left it alone. I said, I ain't gonna even bother. I was gonna come on the show tonight and talk about it. I said, nah, it's just gonna get shut down.
So Portis.
Yeah.
On another note, and I'm only asking you this because you know you.
I can barely hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only asking you this because you prior SWAT. How do you feel about that whole situation when they went into that woman's house and killed that woman and arrested her husband?
You say it went into the woman's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They killed the.
Remember the man and this woman was in the house. The police came with a no-knock warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked in that man's door. He hears the commotion. He grabs his gun. He comes and finds out what's going on. They at the front door hollering at him. He opened fires. None of them had any badges out. None of them acknowledged themselves. They didn't announce or nothing. It was a no-knock warrant. He fired at them, shot one of the officers. Officers returned fire 8 times and shot her. Shot his wife. Killed her.
Killed her?
Yes.
And took him to jail.
And took him to jail because he shot one of the cops.
Wow.
No, they ain't gonna block that because they want that out.
Now, my thing about that is I understand why they do the no-knock warrants just in case somebody try to discard evidence or stuff like that. But at the same time, is if a person comes in my house and me and my wife is in the house and you just busting down my door and you really, identify who you are, you gonna catch some shit.
That's what they did. They caught some shit. They caught it.
It ain't gonna just be from me. It's gonna be from her too.
But they right, true that. But they still took him to jail and charged him.
See, here's my problem with the whole thing, Porter. From my experience, I was never on the SWAT team, but when we had our narcotics unit from my department get ready to do a bust, what they did was they set us all down and they gave us background on the person we was going after and had accurate information. And nobody could go in the house until SWAT cleared the house. And if they detained someone, then maybe we were, the guys to be able to put them in the back of the car unless SWAT or a detective was talking to him. They went into this guy's house and the guy that they were looking for was already locked up.
He was already in jail, yeah.
So I just
that's the thing where that's miscommunication on their part because they're supposed to be checking their paperwork, see if the person is either, in jail already or not or something. It just boils down to somebody didn't do their homework.
Exactly. And
because when I'm doing a SWAT team, the thing is we get briefed on everything.
Yeah.
After you get your briefing, you find out what your role is in going to that house, building, or whatever. And right after that, we would say, hey, police, as soon as we get to the door, somebody breached the door, we come in, we identify ourselves, and like you said, normally we'll have regular patrol officers in uniform. If we have to arrest anybody or anything like that, they go in their car and they take them to the station. After we secured everything, the detectives come in and they do their job.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. That's the same process that's in my head. But what I'm saying to not understand is that the lead system all works the same. Even if you can even see through the lead system if somebody's got a warrant that's out of town. So how in the hell do you guys go to the wrong house while this guy has already been locked up? That should have been, transmitted through somebody, whoever was in charge.
How do you do that? How do you make that mistake?
It makes no sense at all. And it's like
with
it's
that
trying
system
to be
set up, how do you make that
up under the rug and nobody's talking about it. It's just real quiet. Nobody's speaking on that.
Well, that's
you have to understand. You know how majority of police departments are. They cover up a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things that's half changing police departments, and then there's things that haven't. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of them are not acceptable to, change. They used to doing things the way that they were because they figured that it worked that way. And the older guys that's on the department, the older like ranking brass or whatever you have at your department, they don't want to hear nothing you're saying, really.
Well, that's what happened at the George Floyd situation. All right, the guy who killed George supposed to have been the ranking officer. The first two were new. One was there a couple of days, the other one was there a couple of weeks. Him and the Asian guy was there the longest. So that's why they didn't fight him off the board, because they were like the rookies, and he was the old head of the group.
So do all the rookies wear graded badges?
That's what listen, I'm not going to talk. I promise I'm not going to talk about it. That's part of my evidence.
Well,
that's part of my evidence. I said I wasn't going to talk about it.
Whether they were new guys on a department or not, they still should have spoke up and said something.
They should have said something.
Okay, because at the end of the day, that's a man. Okay, whatever crime he committed or whatever, it's not for them to decide what his punishment is. Once that man was detained in those handcuffs, they could have easily rolled him over on his butt and put him up against the car.
Well, he on his stomach. He's no longer.
Well, he was.
Yeah, once they had him detained, they could have just rolled him over and, let him sit on his butt up against the car. They didn't have to keep him in that position.
They had him already in the car, Porters. They pulled him out the car. The first two cops already had him in the car.
It's a lot of things behind that also. Because we've had people placed in patrol cars, and we'll usually take them. The only reason why we'll either take them back out the car is because that person is trying to cause some kind of injury to themselves by banging their head against the cage.
What they said he was fighting.
Or they're trying to do damage to the vehicle. They're kicking the windows or something like that.
Right, and that's what they said. They said he was resisting. He was fighting. He was saying that he's claustrophobic. He don't want to go in the car. And if you hear George conversed with the man on the sidewalk saying, look, dude, you shouldn't have fought him. Now you see you on the ground, man, give up. He said, okay, I give up, put me in the car. So he had to fight him while they was either putting him in the car or was in the car. So
anything possible. I know that was the only reason why we'll either get a person back out of the car is because they're kicking the patrol car windows or they're trying to inflict some kind of physical harm on themselves by banging their head against the cage that's in the car.
Right.
And we've had a lot of people do that.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I agree.
But not only that, it's been so much that's been going on with these police departments that they made it mandatory that you have body cam footage. How does 4 officers forget to come with body cam? 4.
Well, I know it. That I can't explain that because
I can't either.
At any time that you're dealing with the public, you are supposed to have that camera on. That camera not only protects the citizens, but it also protects you as well.
I can't answer that question.
And I know a lot of departments, if you don't have that body camera rolling, you usually get written up for that.
Yeah.
Yep. I plead the fifth on that. There's no way that those cameras should have been off.
All of them.
That's right.
See, one of the main things that they need to do also is that when they have body camera footage or something, it shouldn't take that long for them to get that out to the public.
Well, they supposed to change that now to where now they working on that national database where they run your name, all your, like the guy had 18 prior complaints on him and shit. All that'll pop up. If you have been fired from another job and you're trying to go to another city, all that'll pop up. All the misconduct stuff, everything's supposed to be set up now. That's what they've been fighting for. I don't know how that's going to work.
The only problem I have with that is that, this is the only problem I have with that. Every person on police departments are not friends. Okay, you have officers that don't like sergeants that don't like this person, and even people that command over them. And believe it or not, police officers do some of the worst stuff to other police officers. Whether it be paperwork or, trying to sabotage you from getting another job somewhere. Because the police officers know other police officers from other departments, and they talk.
And far as if you're a black cop and white people, because I know a couple of cops that got racially profiled in the department, got mistreated racially from white cops.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens, and people don't understand that. They think it's a major brotherhood, and we all go out and drink beers together like the movies. All the cops get together in one bar.
No, they don't.
It ain't like that. It's not like that. No, it's
not. It's not like that at all. They can say the thin blue line all they want to, but that thin blue line is very thin.
It's very thin. Yeah, it's very thin.
I just saw a lot of rookie mistakes, during Floyd's whole arrest.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more with the kicking down of the door, the shoving the old man down to the ground to where he caught a head injury.
Yeah, bleeding on the ground.
The whole dispatch thing in New York, where the guys talking about run all those motherfuckers over.
Oh,
it just gets worse and worse, man.
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
It does, but at the same time, not trying to defend the police, but they're being used as pawns. They're being used as an scapegoat. Okay, because the police can only do so much. These people that's in politics with these suits on, that's where the problem lies.
Porters, they used. That old man was just a victim of he should have moved out the way. They used policy when they formed those scrimmage lines to move the crowd. They formed more than one scrimmage line, and the boss tells them to move, don't stop. If they're in the way, move them. That's to move the crowd out of the area. If you got any common sense, you will move. If you stand there, you get ran over. That's why you got 3 lines. You got the front line, middle line, and you got the back line. And those are all scrimmage lines to continue to move. You moving them. The second line is moving them. They fall down, pick them up, move them. Third line is cuff them.
So my thing, and this may be a little new school. My understanding when we did that, because it was dealing with the public, that we used a baton or our plate. It was no physical contact.
No, it's no pushing. You use the shield.
Right.
But you move them. You move them. You use the
contact?
PI-24. You move them. You move them. And you move them. You move them. You turn that PI-24 that way underneath your arm. You have the hand on. You move them. You move them. That's how you do it. That's in policy.
Yep.
It doesn't say the motherfucker stand there and don't move that you supposed to go around them. It doesn't say that. It says move them. So they did it within policy, but because of the inflammatory bullshit that's going on with Floyd's death, Floyd's death.
That's why they take you on Facebook.
That's why they. That's why.
See, but you gotta look at this. You gotta look at this also.
That's why
You know, it's the way that the policing is now. Like I said, I can't blame the police for like everything, but I can understand the reason why people are rioting, upset, you know what I'm saying, and throughout dealing with the police. Like I said before, when I was coming up, and I know people that came up in the same way as like me, like they say, if they walk like a duck, quack like a duck is a duck.
Yes, a duck.
So if you're being told that the police are really like out here just fucking people up, why don't you believe it?
That's what the media wants us to, that's how they paint us. It's being racist, outright motherfuckers that want to go around and harm people. What the? Raytheon on its. Oh yes, it's Lemire. You want to come to the station? You want to come to the station and see him? It's Lemire, Raytheon. What you gonna do? I offered you $50. You ain't got no money, nigga. Come, you could have came and made that $50.
Oh God.
He could have came. I offered it to him. He ain't got no money.
Raytheon got money.
I got to fuck with him. You know I gotta fuck with you, Ray. I gotta fuck with you, Ray. So I'm just saying.
Y'all ever think that, and I thought it a couple years ago, I don't really think it's the training that we went, because when I went to Tri-C, the training there was phenomenal. You know, and especially with a lot of those commanders.
Wait a minute, you say what now?
I said the training, I don't really think it's the training, because a lot of people try to blame the training on the officers. You got to learn almost over 400 SPOs in the course of 6 to 9 months. So I give us that. I just feel that some of these officers need to, maybe they should do security for 2 years. Maybe that should be a mandatory thing where they do mandatory 2 years of security dealing with the public, because this is what a lot of it is.
Well, you got to think about it. They're grabbing these cops straight out of the army, man.
It's not even a thing as far as like the SPOs and stuff like that. Some of the stuff is common sense.
A lot
okay,
of
if you have, if they really had a lot of these officers ride with officers of color, they can learn the people where they serve in these neighborhoods and these communities. They'll get a better understanding of them if they have maybe a black officer that can teach some of these white officers good public relations and cultural diversity. And a lot of these black officers need to ask some of their friends, instead of complaining about a lot of stuff, become a police officer, and then that way you can empower your own hood.
Well, certain departments ain't with that, because I've seen guys, you know, who try to tell the officers, hey man, you did a little bit too much, and you find yourself with a partner's transfer, or they start messing with you.
So what happened to me, PSI? I did Hudson. Opened up my mom, said something. No longer employed. No longer employed.
It's a catch-22.
I was like, shit, I opened up my mouth and now I'm unemployed.
For the public, you know, to tell the public as a police officer, when I was in the academy, it was easy. You know, it was okay, cool. And when it came to having that first stop by myself without the FTO, it turned into a whole nother monster. You're walking up on the side of the car. You got multiple individuals in the car. You can't see what they have.
Because reality just
you gotta watch how you approach the car. You don't know if they're recording you. Then you get the smart Alex. They only lift down their window half an inch and throw you the ID out of there. It's tinted windows. I can't see inside. So now I gotta call for additional officer. You call for additional officer. Now you automatically hostile. Now you're arguing and going back and forth. Now you got somebody being combative. So now you gotta call somebody else. And then it's an all-out war and fight. You know what I'm saying?
It's the approach though. If you come up to a car and you say, because I've had people that give me an attitude as soon as I get to the car, and I'm like, hey, what's the attitude for?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling
I'm like, your attitude is usually the thing that gets you a ticket sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It is. But
you know what I'm saying? I stopped the car one time because the female didn't have her lights on, right? And the only thing I was going to do is just tell her, hey, you need to cut your lights on.
Right.
As soon as I get up to the car, she just let me have it. And I said, the only reason why I stopped you is because you didn't have the lights on. And she didn't even know she had her lights on. Her friend, she said, oh, well, can I get, well, you going to still give me a ticket? I thought about it. Yeah, now I am.
Yeah, because you got smart.
And her friend said, she was like, you giving me a ticket? I was like, no, your attitude is getting you this ticket.
Exactly.
And you know what her friend in the car said?
What?
That's why you don't got no man now. Because of your mouth.
That's funny. That's why you ain't got no man. You know, I was racially profiled before. It's coming from Willoughby, 2 a.m. Only black man on the street. With no other cars on the street, only black man riding, about to get on the freeway 90. White cop drove past me, looked me straight in my eye. I looked at him, did like that. He whipped around, got behind me. Now why? I wasn't speeding. My headlights wasn't out, tail lights wasn't out, plate light wasn't out, both hands on the steering wheel. What the fuck? He seen a black man coming from Willoughby. Pulled me over. I say, well, now, me being a police officer, understanding the anxiety of a cop walking up to a black man with tinted windows, because my windows was tinted, I said, let me take away the man's anxiety. Rolled down all 4 windows, turned on the interior lighting, turned the car off.
You're going to have people that's going to say they ain't got no need for that.
But you got to stop, think. You take away the anxiety of that officer, you lower his defenses. Absolutely. Because he walked up on me, and I had my hands on the steering wheel with my wallet in my hand. I said, officer, did I do everything correctly on this traffic stop? And he giggled. He said, man, I wish I had all my traffic stops like you. He said, you good, man. He said, you good.
See, you know, one of the things that I used to do was also, I would inform people on things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like they would say, you know, to put your hands on the steering wheel when you get pulled over so the officer see your hands all the time. Another thing that they should do is cut your interior light on so that the officer can see.
To see inside the car as he approached. Yeah. That's exactly what I did. I rolled all my windows down so he had no reason why he couldn't see in my car and my interior lights on.
CCW was a big thing for me. When you run somebody's plate.
There are a lot of things that you can do to stop a deadly force encounter with the police.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. But it's so
like I said, I try to inform, like I said, when guys used to roll with me, the first thing I told them was, you're going to learn public relations and you're going to learn cultural diversity because every person you come in contact with is not a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about the defunding of the police department, Lemire?
You say what now?
I'm asking Lemire, what did he think about defunding the police department?
I don't think they make enough as is.
They don't make enough, but where's the money going? Because there's millions of dollars going into the general fund. Where's it going?
Who knows? You know, snow removal, streets. There's so many different ways of hiding the money.
Okay, you got the engineering department, you got streets and development, you got parks and recreation, you got the police department, you got the fire rescue. Okay, but when the police get their chunk, how much of that go to the men in blue?
Maybe about a good 40% of it.
40.
Maybe the rest of it go towards those beautiful Tahoes that they love to drive so much.
That's why I got my nigga on the show with me, because I knew he was gonna keep it real.
The car's expensive, man.
That's you know what? That's a lot of taxpayers' money that's going into that stuff.
And that's what they complain about the defunding. They say, look, they giving cops just a little bit of money. Where the rest of the money fucking going? They need to put that money somewhere else. What the fuck? You know, the captains and the chiefs and the deputy chiefs, they got them boats and they got the mistresses. Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
So they got all that going on.
I don't think it's not one police chief out there that don't have a boat.
Possible.
I've yet to come past one.
I would have had
You
one.
say what now?
I've yet to come past one chief that does not
Don't have a boat or a big ass RV.
I like going fishing.
Yeah, RV or something like that.
All right, baseball games.
Hey, you got to keep up with the changing of the times, man. You need that room in back.
They got a mistress and a boat. And what else?
Hookers.
Hookers. Porter, how many hookers you got per week, Porter?
Oh no.
You say what now?
Never mind.
You say how many what?
How many hookers you have per week?
Wait a minute, I didn't hear the question good.
I'm quite sure you didn't. How many hookers do you get per week?
How many workers?
Hookers.
East Cleveland.
What?
2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. How many hookers you see?
That's the old guys. Porter's still young.
Porter's ain't that.
You saying how many? Wait a minute, basically you're saying how many women of the night did you see?
Yeah, I mean, how many hookers do you get with a week?
Get out of here.
How many hookers, man? That's East Cleveland.
Dude, if you saw the ones I seen, you wouldn't even think about it.
I know that's right. They fucked up in East Cleveland. They fucked up.
Them Negroes still stop.
But they do because they be hard up because they know this Abigail.
Y'all do stings out there, don't y'all, Porters?
You say what?
Y'all do stings out there in East Cleveland for that, don't y'all?
I didn't hear you.
Y'all do stings.
Y'all do the stings for the prostitutes and stuff out
like
there.
A Vice, like Vice and street
picking up prostitutes.
Yeah, prostitutes and things.
No, actually, when over the East Cleveland, the thing is what they did there. The women that on the street, they'll just say, "Hey, you already know I know what you're doing. You need to get off these streets."
Right.
You know, and if they had somebody to come pick them up, or if somebody picked them up on the street, normally they'll wait till the person pick them up, pull them over, and you just question them, say, "Hey, how you doing? Whatever, you know, I'm officer such and such." You go through your routine and you say, "Who's your passenger in the car?" And normally you're gonna lie.
Of course.
"Oh, I've known her for such and such time. What's her name?" Candy.
Candy. Oh wow. That's a real
And you're
name.
like, "No, her name is," you know what I'm saying? "Her name is Sarah. I know exactly what Sarah does. So don't try to pull that on me. I've been working these streets too long not to know."
You know, and that's all up and down East Cleveland. I see it. You know, I try to stay away from East Cleveland, but that's all up and down East Cleveland, man. The prostitution has changed. It went to a whole nother level now. Now they're selling
It's
ass.
a job.
They selling ass on Instagram and Facebook
It's a
and all.
job now.
Oh, but you.
They got 401k and everything. Come with benefits and all.
They're selling through the fucking internet. They're selling ass. They ain't got to stand on the street corner no more. They got an Instagram post, a page. They make their money selling ass online. That's what they're doing. I get invites constantly, and I'm like, "Girl, you fan? I know you ain't interested in my old ass. You just trying to sell some ass." I get it all the time.
All I know is they had Backpage and the feds finally got that. Now they got the alligator escort stuff that the feds is on now.
Oh, they on that now?
Yeah, now they on there. The same stuff. I just thank God I got a wife. I know she probably watching. I love you, baby.
Let's see if she watching. Let's see if she watching.
Don't give
You
me.
said you got what?
I'm just glad I got.
Hey, Laura, how you doing? No.
Laura, no, there's no Laura.
Now that's a whole
Wait a minute,
different
you
person.
got a who?
A wife, sir.
He
Wife.
said he has a wife.
Oh, okay.
He said he got
Yeah,
a wife.
I ain't got nothing extra, man. I'm cool.
He got a wife.
I'm
Now
cool.
we come to the part of the show that I love the most. It's the question and answer part. Now I do this to all my studio guests. It's called Inside the Saxman Studio, where hold on, let me get to it real quick because I'm about to tell you this shit I ain't even got to it yet. I need my intern. I need an intern. I need help. I need a
Stan
freaking
definitely
intern.
need an intern.
I need an intern. I've been having issues all day because I ain't got no damn intern.
Phones and wires and shit.
I got all this shit going on, man. And see, my intern could have had all this set up for me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I had all this shit set up. So, okay, since I got the both of you all, I'm going to ask you both questions. Portis is going to go first, and then Lemire going to go after that. So every question I ask, Portis will answer it first, then you answer, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Works for me.
This is inside the Saxman studio. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you answer them at the best way you can. Okay, Portis, what do you do? I'm sorry. What do you think or do when you wake up?
When I wake up,
Yep.
well, I pray first.
Okay.
You know, after that, I do my normal routine.
Okay.
As far as, you know, I with my wife.
Man, get to the point. I ain't got all goddamn day for your goddamn ritual.
But that's one of the first things we do. We'll eat breakfast in the morning, and then we go by our daily routine.
All right, Lemire.
Well, it's interesting that Porter said it because I didn't even know he did that. But that's
I ain't think
the
he
same
did that shit
thing.
either. Eat a bowl of cereal, get up and fart.
First thing I do is I get up and brush my teeth because I don't know what the hell be going on. My shit be tart. So after I brush my teeth, I thank God for the day, ask for the protection of my wife, and then, you know, I go about my day.
Okay, how many times a day do you think about sex, Portis?
What type of questions?
Think about what?
My audience wants to know this. How many times a day do you think about sex? My audience wants to know. These are audience questions.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
I'm just saying. How many times a day do you think about sex?
Yeah, as a man, probably whenever you're not thinking about other stuff you got to do.
Lemire?
Listen, man, I got married. Once you get married, the sex stopped. So I don't
Oh,
think
y'all full of bullshit, both of you. All right, what's the best job you ever had, Portis?
Working at Domino's Pizza.
Lemire?
Working at the hospital.
Work at the hospital. Which one?
Marymount.
Marymount Hospital. Okay. What's the worst job you ever had, Portis?
Two.
Jesus.
The worst job I ever had?
Yeah.
Shit. That's really hard. I'm gonna say it's not the worst, but I'll tell you what the hardest was working security.
Okay, Lemire. The worst job you ever had?
Damn, I just had a brain fart.
You had a brain fart.
Yeah, man, I had it on the tip of my tongue.
You know, I don't like it when people fart in my studio.
You know, I ain't farting in your studio.
Well, you had a brain fart.
That must be your upper lip.
All right, motherfucker. All right, get on with it. He's stupid, man. You gotta have a laugh track for that one.
Yeah, man, the worst job I ever had, I think it had to be running premiere.
Running premiere. Oh, okay, okay. Who's your favorite actress or actor?
Actor.
Your favorite?
Between James Earl Jones and Don Cheadle.
Okay, Lemire?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel? That's your favorite actor?
Yeah.
All right. Hot dogs or burgers?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I know, I like them both.